Salam alaikum, everyone. I want to welcome you to another installation of Zoom In on the Halal Metropolis. I'm Sally Howell. I'm the director of the Center for Arab American Studies at the University of Michigan, Dearborn, and I'm very excited to have with me today an alumnus of our Center for Arab American Studies and the U of M Dearborn, Rashid Baydoun. Hi, Rashid. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you? Staying healthy and busy.
That's good. Yeah, I'm staying healthy and busy too. It's not easy. It's easy to stay busy. It's not easy to stay healthy. But so Rashid, you're the director of the Dearborn Youth Theater, and you're also the director of the theater program at Stout Middle School. So I hear that you've been doing
Correct.
some really creative things to try and not only be healthy yourself, but to make sure that all the kids who participate in your programs are staying healthy. So maybe if you could really quickly describe those two programs and then tell me all the innovative things that you're doing to be creative and to stay active in this period where we're all staying at home.
So yes, like many, well, everyone in the state, we were disrupted with the whole COVID-19 pandemic, and we were 3/4 done with our one show at Stout Middle School. So I'm the theater director for Stout Middle School in our production of Seussical Junior. And we had all these parents working on sets, and we had spent all this money on flyers and costumes and seamstress working, and the kids learning their, lines, and the music was all but taught, choreographed everything. And we really didn't know what to expect, because initially it was just like a couple of weeks, after spring break, and I emailing, our licensing company, asking them to push it back, and whatnot. That didn't happen. And so, then in addition to that, I also play the role of being the theater director for Dearborn Youth Theater. That's through the city's recreation department. And we had just completed doing a show, Disney's Frozen Junior, and in which both our Elsa and Anna were hijabis, and really it was a huge success. We got all kinds of recognition and whatnot. And I think from that, we've been, people are anticipating what's next, especially for the summer program. So in light of all that, what was going on, we decided, how do we keep, our young people engaged with the arts? When this all first happened, no answers, right? So the stay-at-home, was extended by our governor, and then rightfully so. And so the question was, a lot of parents were asking me, and students were emailing me and getting in contact with me. Hey, do you know what's going to be like? Is there going to be a theater? Is there going to be a theater program of a sort? And I realized that something needs to be done to keep our young people engaged. Something needs to be done to provide, again, an outlet for our young people. And so really, I think the transition for me was, this whole online course, in which we had some structure, but it was completely different than like your typical course, like curriculum course, that is. See, most of our students are excited to join every week. The difference between our core theater class and other classes is that the intention of the core theater class, it was created with the limitations of physical distancing in mind, not because of it. Mm-hmm. So when your intention is to create it with the physical distancing, and I want to emphasize physical distancing, because I have, I take offense to the word social distancing. I think that it's physical distancing, right? Because I think we can still be social without, disrupt, without physical contact, right? So I think that therein lies why we've been successful with this core theater class. It was created for that purpose. The course itself is actually, we're following a virtual curriculum. We're teaching the foundations. It's called core theater because I think it's most of the time when I'm doing a production or anyone's doing a production, the focus is on the actual show, and I don't get I don't get enough time to actually teach those foundational principles of good theater, right? So we're teaching them how to improv. We're teaching them, you know, the importance of vocal clarity and diction, you know, how, you know, enunciation. We're actually choreographing too, numbers from show tunes. What we're doing is, you know, we're still learning, and great opportunities to meet, you know, composers of Broadway musicals. We also are working with our vocal coach and legendary Mike Salam, who writer, composer, phenom, and he's been such a breath of fresh air to our young people, providing them insight, and they're just so geeked to join. I get a lot of parents who write things like, if it weren't for this theater class, I don't know where my, you know, sanity would be. Like, my kids are like totally excited to do this every week. This is what they look forward to.
What are your plans for the summer? How are you going to carry this forward over the summer?
So that's the cool thing about this class as well, that we're pushing forward as though, you know, we're moving in that direction. Of course, we don't know what everything's going to be like, but I do know that agency plans in place with the city. For instance, they've already you know, gotten these like biograde, you know, sanitized, you know, floors, and they're most likely gonna have to cap our you know, our participation. This may include so like masks will have to be worn, as well as like, you know, gloves, and then there are sanitizing stations everywhere. But the idea is obviously making sure that we're safe and we're following those protocols, important protocols. I think the performance piece is a piece that's kind of scary, because, you know, opening it up to, you know, people, it might be, you know, an issue. So I think that the camp itself might still go forward, but it might be that we, you know, do it virtually. Who knows? I mean, you never know.
So I do want to just make one suggestion. Is I heard you talk, there's an idea that I had. So you've seen Bye Bye Birdie, I'm sure. Okay. You know that song in Bye Bye Birdie at the beginning of the play where the girls are on the phone?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I would suggest that you and Mike get together and write a version of that for Dearborn, like it's Ramadan. You know, and that one's like, hi, Margie. Hi, Alice. Here's a story, Morning Glory. There's a bird humming word. Have you heard about Hugo and Kim? I was in Bye Bye Birdie when I was young. So, but anyways, so you could do one, you know, hi, Fatma. Hi, you know, you could do like a Dearborn Ramadan version of that. It would be hysterical. It would be hugely popular. And the kids could all sing it from their different houses. You know, you wouldn't have to stage it, anything, you know, you could stage it using this technology.
100%. Actually, we've done a few contests where, you know, our students have done things where one of them was the kicking, you know, like a soccer kicking the toilet paper
pass it
from one household. Yeah, and so it was funny, because like our kids were doing a lot of those TikTok, you know, videos and whatnot, and they're sharing it, and again, that is a form of theater.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
That they're craving theater. So a lot of people are like, I don't do theater. I don't know anything about the performing arts and whatnot. Like, if you have a TikTok account and you're doing TikTok videos, guess what? You are performing.
You're a performer.
You are acting.
But I am so happy that Dearborn has you to bring the performing arts to this whole new population, a new generation of Arab Americans, and to you know, to keep young people being creative and keep them preoccupied and happy and able to focus on something positive in this challenging time. My hat is off to you. Sit back so we can see your t-shirt. There we see his pun. It says, don't make a scene, for those of you who don't read Arabic.
Calm down, don't make a, and then letter scene.
That's really cute. Well, thank you, Rashid. Thank you so much. And I'm going to put a link to the program on the introduction to this, so people can follow up with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.